Can't even hold my feet tired. I won't stop till I get back to woke up, anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my sleep, that's all me. Just know if you cross her, you cross me. You got it, girl, you got it. It's only you, but you know that it's real. So why would you fight? Try to deny the way that you feel. Cause I don't care, but I got one thing right. All the bad things dissipate. You're making me feel that maybe I am somebody. Looking down on us, I'm missing you, bro. I hope you're proud of us. At least I know you made it home, and I know you're not alone. Cause now you're singing with the choir, now you're dancing with the crew. You ain't doing this solo. We all ride it with you. No one can put out your fire. Nobody feeling your shoes. Cause now you're singing with the choir. We all ride it with you. Be free, come south of the border with me.
What? Sorry, just quickly. What if it's?
I love it when you call me señorita. Always like you pretend I did that. But every touch is so late. It's true late. Oh, I should be right. Oh, you keep me coming for you.
Can we just talk about where we're from before we get lost? Let me have some memories, bring back memories.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't go home.
Run away while we're riding a circle.
I promise that you'll never find another like me.
Go together,
Don't leave my heart.
better than birds of a feather, you and me. It change the weather, yeah. Feel the heat in the summer about me.
If you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody anymore, if you wanna believe that anything can stop me,
I'm a sucker for you.
can't back one song that's not about you. Can't drink without thinking about you. Is it too late to tell you that everything means nothing if I can't have you? Cause I need some more of your healing. Baby, take me on.
Know the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. And then we got down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love.
Baby, take me on.
I do my hair calls, check my lips, baby, how you feeling? Hair calls, check my lips, baby, how you feeling? Beautiful, fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart don't show up,
Don't come out. Don't stop caring about me now. Walk away. You know how. Don't stop caring about me now. Calm down.
Awesome. All right, some of you can turn back on your videos. I do want to see your faces and stuff, so we want to be able to, especially our seniors right now, we want to be able to see your awesome faces. And it was a great year. Despite many challenges, it was a great year because of you people. So always remember that. So right now we're gonna recognize the freshmen. So if any freshmen happen to be, well, who are now sophomores, it's kind of weird, you guys. Our brains are trying to pretend we're back in May, but we're really already into this year. So our current sophomores, but last year's freshmen, Ms. V is gonna speak to you.
Yes, and first of all, I wanted to mention before we got into that watching that video made me feel really grateful for all of you. You, especially the seniors, welcomed me and my family with warm arms, and I could not have asked for anything better. So thank you, I appreciate you. During the 2019-2020 season, the freshmen embraced the changes of a new world, including high school band. These particular freshmen showed a great deal of work ethic and tenacity and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication this year. And as a newbie myself, I can say that you all did an incredible job. So kudos to you.
That's when we all should like show our applause, press the screen, wave, do something. I know it's so silent.
Yes,
I wish we could unmute
applause.
everybody at times and just go crazy. Woo! Like throw down, do something. I don't know, like go do the roller coaster thing like in school. All right, I'm going to talk about our sophomores right now. Hey, they're now our juniors, our current sophomores, and now the juniors. Man, you guys grew so much last year. It's a really hard task. I think, you know, we've always said there's nothing harder than being a sophomore boy, except being a sophomore girl and high school, and all the challenges that there is that comes with that, because you're not a freshman anymore and you're suddenly supposed to act like you know everything, but there's still so much to do. You're like, I finished, I've moved through the freshman year, but I still have so much of high school left. And even through everything last year, you guys kept going. You got way better musically and just the way you treat each other. And we've already seen some this summer, how great you've been to your peers. And so thank you for being a great example. And I can't believe juniors now and that you'll possibly be even seniors next year. So really, really fantastic work with your other peers and with your seniors last year. I'm sure they're grateful for you as well. Ms. V?
Yes, and now we're on to the juniors. And as we go over to the last year's juniors, now the rising seniors, I wanted to say that I appreciate all of you who have turned this into an actual banquet and are eating during the Zoom. I love it. So the juniors, during the 2019-2020 season, you all accepted change with grace and with a relentless pursuit of excellence. Not only were you in an extreme position and where you didn't necessarily have the title of leadership, but you provided the silent model the entire time for the entire band. You backed up your seniors 100% of the way throughout all the challenges, the disappointments, and the successes that we had this year. Kudos to you juniors, and congratulations to those of you who are now seniors and who are leading the band through this incredibly difficult and challenging time. Yay, juniors!
We're moving right along here. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop right into, and Miss VU, correct me if I'm ever wrong, guys. We just jumped into rehearsal. We've practiced for this the best we can. We're going into awards right now. And so in our awards, there's several awards that we always hand out every year. And so the first award is the Alfred T. Ladd Rookie Award for Distinguished Freshmen. And so Alfred T. Ladd left, when he passed away, he left a huge endowment to our program of $100,000. And since then, we've named this award after him. And so for the wins, we'll tell you that for winds and percussion, all of our banquets, our Alfred T. Ladd Rookie Award for Distinguished Freshman goes to Jocelyn Varden of her outstanding work. She practiced really hard on the French horn and in mellophone. She's done really well. Congratulations, Jocelyn. Yes, great job. Miss V, will you announce the guard one? And then we'll let Michael and Levi describe that one for us.
Yes, and for guard, this is also for the Alfred T. Ladd Rookie Award for Distinguished Freshman. And this goes to Brooke Vasuta. Congratulations, Brooke. And Michael and Levi, if you are on here, you can unmute yourselves and speak a little bit.
Hey, yeah, congrats to Brooke. Just wanted to really commend her for her exceptional amount of hard work through the season and constantly pushed herself to improve and grow, and just did a great job. So way to go, Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke.
Awesome. So we're going to move on. This is our Distinguished Sophomore Award. And for the band, the Distinguished Sophomore Award is going to go to Kira Kindle in percussion. She did a great job last year. She worked really hard. Look at all those happy people. Great job, Kira. You worked so hard on mallets, and you're being a great leader already this year. So great job. Ms. V?
And for color guard, we have Heidi Speckman. Yay, Heidi! If Michael or Levi can unmute and speak a little bit as well.
Yeah, and Heidi has always set the example as a sophomore, and just always is performing, always setting the example, and we're just so proud of her, and has always been a great leader of our program. So way to go, Heidi.
And on to our distinguished juniors, which are now our seniors, so it feels a little funny. But our distinguished juniors, we had a tie in the band. And so there are two students who we thought were set apart in their hard work last year in particular with what they did. And this includes like mid-state auditions and working hard with their peers and a lot of improvement as well. And those two students are Ethan Bendheim and Colin Sylvester. Congrats to both of you. Congratulations.
And I will add here to here that part of the reason we were able to distinguish these people and what set them apart were mid-state auditions, mid-state honor band auditions. They went out of their way to perform very well and audition really well. The guard distinguished junior is Amelia Allgood.
Yeah, big kudos to Amelia from our side. Once again, but man, this is what a strong class. The 2021 senior class is just so strong. So there were so many great juniors that have set an example, but Amelia just did a great job last year and continued to always set the example, and just always grateful for her input and leadership.
All right, and our another incredibly distinguished award is the Cavender Award. The Cavenders, like Jeannie Cavender and many of her kids and her husband, have been amazing people in support of the band. If you don't know Miss Cavender, who works in the front office, she works in student services. She's really great, and she loves the band. She's very supportive to us. And so this award goes to the person who we think in the band who is the most improved. And the Guard has their own as well in Winter Guard, but for the band, for the Cavender Award for Most Improved Band Member is going to go to Kayla Schaefer. I said Schaefer. I think I meant Stevens.
It is Stevens, and I mistyped that.
Yes, you typed that. That's Miss B typed it wrong. I was like, this doesn't seem right. This is Kayla Stevens. I'm sorry. Kayla, you're right.
Yes, Kayla improved so much as a leader, a trumpet player, and as a drum major. Next.
Okay. Oh yeah, so we're gonna move on to the Winter Guard Awards for Most Improved, Outstanding Performer, and Outstanding Rookie and Work Ethic Award.
Wait, am I announcing these?
Would you like me to announce them and then you speak to them?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so for the Winter Guard, the Most Improved is gonna go to Claire Nelson.
Yeah, way to go, Claire. Man, Claire was an alternate in our fall show, and then constantly worked so hard through the fall and into the Winter Guard, and just, again, I'm trying not to talk too much about this year, but just has grown leaps and bounds, and we are so proud of Claire for always just working, and, honestly putting in the time to become a better performer. So super proud of you, Claire.
Congrats to Claire. And the Winter Guard Award for Outstanding Performer goes to Lauren Williams.
Big kudos to Lauren. Last year, Lauren, it was her first year, and we just were always caught off guard by how incredibly well she was performing. And it was like, wait a second, we didn't even teach you that or how to do that. You're just doing it. And just always set the example. So way to go, Lauren. Super proud of you.
All right, awesome. And I love this one. It's a crossover award here. The Outstanding Rookie for the Winter Guard is Reese Cutts. Good job, Reese. Good job. Woo!
Yeah, look, I just saw the reaction on the screen. We don't even need to talk about it. Reese killed it this winter. Pretty much could do more stuff than even that Levi and I could do sometimes. Like, I don't even know how he figured it out. He was just teaching himself everything, and just amazing constantly to watch how much he could pick up on stuff. So Reese, killing it, man. Way to go.
And our last Winter Guard Award is for the Work Ethic Award, and it goes to Brooke Vasuda. Congratulations, Brooke. I'm doing the.
Yeah, excellent job, Brooke. Honestly, one of the things that really stood out to Levi and I and the staff when we were talking about it, we had we really challenged the winter guard this year, and we had a really hard toss. And I think Brooke spent approximately 18 hours a day working on this toss. And I remember the rehearsal when she nailed it, but always working so hard, always fighting to improve herself and her performance, and again, setting the example. So congratulations, Brooke.
And next up, we have the Charlie Broche Work Ethic Award. So Mr. Charlie Broche dedicated seemingly all of his time to the Franklin Band family. He exhibited the highest level of integrity, selflessly giving of himself for the benefit of the Franklin Band. These particular seniors exhibited these qualities. The first of which he exhibited so much so that after collapsing from extreme dehydration in the middle of a hot rehearsal, he attempted to stand back up on wobbly baby giraffe legs to return to a visual basics block, stating time and time again that Brad needs him and that the tubas need him. The 2020 Charlie Broche Work Ethic Award, one of them goes to Mr. Reed Cox.
Woo! No one doubted that you would get that one, Reed. No one would ever doubt that one. Great, go ahead.
And we also have a guard member who has won this award as well. And this person came back from marching a summer with Phantom Regiment Drum and Bugle Corps and caught up very quickly with everyone else. You could always see her spinning after every single rehearsal, staying until we shut off the lights. This goes to Miss Sophia Grasso.
Congrats.
You said it all, Ms. V, so you said it all. I don't even have any comments there.
All right, and then our Mega Time Super Distinguished Award. This actually, we send this award in. It goes on a permanent website, and it also goes on a little plaque that exists somewhere else. I'll read this first of all so you understand. The John Philip Sousa Award is the pinnacle of achievement in high school band. Introduced in 1955 to honor the top student in the high school band, the John Philip Sousa Band Award recognizes superior musicianship, outstanding dedication. The award winner has consistently led through example, garnering top mid-state and all-state positions. And the 2020 John Philip Sousa Award goes to Isaac Collins. Congratulations, Isaac. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our senior video. This is a really tearful moment, and then we'll honor the seniors and show them their plaque that they get and stuff too. So let me get set up here for our senior video. Ooh, how do I get out of this? Not that. This. Okay, tricky stuff here. This makes sense.
How apt that it would pause right on the school body president.
Mm-hmm. I think the kids will agree this has always been a thing with WCS internet. Oh, I already loaded it earlier. Oops. Let's try this again. I'm going to stop sharing and I will go back. Hold on. This is the world we are in right now. Hold on, guys. I will fix this little bug. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're almost back, guys.
Now would have been the perfect time to get a refill of some lemonade.
Not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with the tan? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. Friends forever. Will we think about tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end. And suddenly it's like we're women and men. Will the past be a shadow that will follow us round? Will these memories fade when I leave this town? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. I keep on thinking it's our time to fly. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever,
stopped right there. That was fast. Okay, everyone. All right. 1 second here for transition. Chat amongst your peers really quick. While we get set up for senior recognition right now, Michael Horvath is going to speak about the Winter Guard this season.
Hey everyone, really quickly, just wanted to take a few moments here and just reflect a bit on our outstanding Winter Guard season. So for anyone who got to see the show last year, you guys probably noticed just how outstanding the program was. It was by far the best Winter Guard production that we put together to date. And it was a great season. Obviously, we were all pretty devastated when our season got cut short. But I want to make sure to point out that we had numerous first place finishes. And of course, we all know that placements are not what we work for. But it really just was icing on the cake because our team was just so talented and just showed up to rehearsal every week. So we had so many first place finishes. We placed third at the Atlanta Regional, the WGI Winter Guard International Regional. So a huge accomplishment. I mean, in years past, we were fighting to even make finals. So to be a medalist at one of these events was a huge accomplishment. And then we were, I think, fourth place at the WGI Nashville Regional. So extremely high placements at 2 regionals. We were slotted to make national finals this year had we been able to go. So, obviously really sad about that. But again, just really speaking to how talented and how outstanding the group was. And I would be remiss to, if I didn't also acknowledge Ashley Broyles. Ashley, I hope you're on the call. Ashley was our color guard captain last year. And man, I mean, what a fantastic leader. Always just set such a great example for our team and was, just set the bar so high. Ashley, I hope you know how thankful we are to you and for everything that you did for our program, and we're definitely going to miss you. So, but all in all, it was a really great Winter Guard season, and I just want to make sure everyone at the Franklin Band acknowledges just how great the season was and how talented that Winter Guard program was. So, onward and upward for next year.
All right, and now I want to show you the plaque you'll get. We'll read what we wrote on it later, but I'll show you the seniors. We're about to recognize you just like we did on the website and everything. But here is what your, background. I got to stop my background. It's not going to work. I'll do none real quick. You're about to see behind the scenes. It's like behind the scenes at Disney World, okay? You can't talk about it. There's the warehouse we're in. Okay, so this is your senior plaque. It's got our great photo from St. Louis, and it has all of your accomplishments on it. And there are tons of these ready to go. There's also the plaques for the class before you ready to go as well. So we have these to put in your baskets. Please do tell your friends. Remember, on Monday, we want you to bring by your yard sign if you still have it, and we want you to place it. We'll have somebody there to explain it between 12 and 1 and place it out there. And at the end of the day when you come, we'll be there to say goodbye and say hello. And we'll also have your plaque for you as well. Okay, let's all, we're gonna recognize the seniors now. This should go a little faster because we're not gonna be bringing you on the stage or anything, but let's go through our list of seniors. All right, so first is, and if I call your name, wave really big and acknowledge yourself or say hello or something, maybe not that, but we can recognize you. The first one is David Ahn. He's going to be attending Boston University for music theory and composition. His goal in life is to be writing film and create game scores and create an experience in music that is impactful and inspiring. He's great at that in music theory. His significant band memory is performing in Lucas Oil for the first time. I was so nervous, but the moment the show started, all of that went away, and I was able to share experiences with thousands of people. His words, and we're adding this year because it's been a kind of an interesting year, and this is what a great class this was. We wanted to give them a little bit of words of wisdom too for their peers. And his words of wisdom to his peers is impossible is just another possibility. With anything in life, as long as there are possibilities and you can put your mind and soul into something, anything can happen. Thank you, David Ahn.
And next we have Max Binkley. So Max Binkley will be attending MTSU next year for a major in public management. He stated that his goals in life are high success in all areas of my life, whether physically, mentally, or spiritually. I'd like to end up having a good job, and I'm passionate about a family I love. A significant band memory for Max. His favorite band memory is the post-COC speech from Mr. Campos, where he truly felt like part of the family and got to reflect on all 4 years of band and the memories and friendships he created. His words of wisdom for fellow band members. Your path is defined by you. Be you and be bold, and the failures you face will be followed by successes. Thank you all for taking me into your family. I am beyond proud to call myself a TFB alumni, and no matter what craziness the following years contain, I know you will be too. Yay, Max Binkley! We're glad to have you.
Thought we messed up an order, but we're good. Okay, I'm not good with alphabetizing things, guys. Okay, so that's what I did in my spreadsheet. Our next person is Zachary Brobston, the fourth, who is going to Berry College to study biochemistry and trumpet performance. His goal in life is to become a successful neurosurgeon and save many lives. His significant band memory is that he said that is the one and only Pringles incident, which is great. We all know what that is. And then his words of wisdom for his peers are to keep a clear head and stay focused. Always move forward and don't get bogged down by the past. Make wise choices and let yourself grow throughout high school and through the band program. Congratulations to Zachary Brobston.
Next up, we have the one and only Michael Brown. Michael will be attending Purdue University, pursuing mechanical engineering on the Naval ROTC scholarship. His goal in life is to do my absolute best in all I do for myself and those around me. I aim to incorporate God's love in my actions and words and live with integrity. In terms of physical goals, I hope to graduate and then become a naval fighter pilot, like Top Gun. After that, I want to be a mechanical engineer, investigating and inventing new technologies. Maybe a bit cliche, but I also want to eventually become a husband and be the absolute best I can. Also, who knows, you may see me run for office and eventually president someday, so watch out and cast your vote for Michael Brown. His significant band memory. One warm, calm fall day, freshman year, I was sitting on the back of a prop after rehearsing my music and looking over dots. I was an alternate. This warmth and a bit of boredom caused me to lie down for a second. Next thing I know, I was fast asleep. Seemingly seconds later, I was being shaken and told Mr. Holland, our visual director, was calling my name to go do something. So with all the energy I could muster, I hopped up and heard the words, "Run too!" I did not comprehend the last part, but I took off running to this mysterious destination. I just did not want to be seen as a stupid freshman. I assumed I was to run to the band room, and I was thankfully right. I was later commended for my hustle, and almost all the band was none the wiser. So when in doubt, give it your all. His words of wisdom for fellow band members. Never give up, but always give your all. You will all do incredible things. Just don't fear being good. Always be confident. Yay, Michael Brown!
All right, and if any time we're accidentally reading the wrong one, we tried to be really good about this. Make sure that you just speak up, unmute yourself and say, I think you're reading not mine, but Okay, the next up is Ashley Broyles. Ashley Broyles is going to Virginia Tech to study architecture, and her goal in life is to be doing okay and list a significant band memory. Her favorite band memory is, my favorite band memory actually is during my first season during a camp day for Winter Guard. We as a collective group decided that it'd be fun to scare the instructors when they came back from lunch. We were in the Augs gym and there was a storage space behind the wall covered up by removable panels. So we decided to hide in there and jump out when the instructors returned. It was taking a while and we were goofing around on the rolled up cheerleader mats. So some of these rolled up mats were stored vertically. And so Diana, who was a senior last year, decided to jump in one. Long story short, she got stuck because she was too short and it was extremely funny. We thought we'd have to call the fire truck to get her out, to get a ladder to get her out. Eventually, though, with some teamwork, we did manage to pull her out all before the instructors even came back. I still have some good videos of the event, and it makes me laugh to this day. It's very Cat in the Hat of you. And then some words of wisdom for her peers is don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You'd be surprised at how much fun you are missing out on. Congratulations, Ashley Broyles. Sometimes these are revealing and we don't know about these things until we're in the band banquet.
Next up, we have Amadeus Cameron. Amadeus will be attending the Savannah College of Art and Design with a possible major in interior design and creative business leadership. His goal in life is to make meaningful connections through creative processes and to help people through whatever I do lead a better life. His significant band memory. My favorite band memory was this past year in the 2019 season. The Pit had a lot tune titled Healing. When we first picked up this piece as a section, we had no passion, no feeling to our music, as we hadn't learned how to express ourselves as a group yet. Over the next few months of show music, lot tunes, and day-long periods of work, all of our music had started to spark with emotion and with presence, not only on the field, but in us as a group. This applied to Healing as well, a song and my interpretation about looking at the pain we feel, feeling the pain, and then releasing it to finally heal. The Pit was inside due to rain, and we decided to play Healing. This brought out the most heightened emotions I've ever felt in a room before while playing with the group, and the beauty of everyone connecting their hurt, their pain, with a piece of music you play together is astounding. After the last note rested in the air, I looked to my brother as we had a shared pain that this song brought out. We shared a hug. I will never let that moment disappear. I can only hope I have given the same love back that I've received from my sections, my friends, and the community. Amadeus's words of wisdom are to love the little moments in life, such as a smile, a hug, a gorgeous sunset, a breath of fresh air. This creates a perspective on life in which there is always light, no matter how dark the tunnel seems. When life kicks you down, the bees still fly, the trees still stand, the sun still shines. Take a breath, take a step, then take another. Beautiful words, Amadeus. Congratulations, Amadeus. And I will add, take a breath as long as you're 6 feet apart.
Amadeus, you're trying to get me already. You're trying to get me. We just barely started. Those are great words that we can all use right now. So thank you. Thank you, Amadeus.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is making sure we're along the line. This is Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins is going to Vanderbilt University to study mechanical engineering and saxophone performance. His goal in life, I've heard it said that if you do what you love, then you never have to work a day in your life. I want to find what I love and use it to help my community and lift others up. His significant band memory is anytime we made an audience react as a band. This happened first my freshman year in marching band when we revealed the Robots football crowd for the first time. Then next in my sophomore year in wind ensemble when the audience jumped in their seats when the movements changed and give us this day. And finally, the past marching band season in St. Louis when it was clear the audience truly loved our ballad. It is truly a special feeling as a musician to have the audience feel the performance with you. Even more special though are the people I made those memories alongside. Through music, I have made so many wonderful friendships that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And his words of wisdom are, go for it. High school is too short to push anything you want to audition / interview for until next year, in quotation marks. If someone hadn't told me to go for it, I would have missed out on so many wonderful opportunities. You'll never achieve what you want if you never try. Congratulations, Isaac Collins.
Next up, we have Maxine Cork. Maxine will be attending Belmont University, majoring in pre-pharmacy. Maxine's goal in life is to have a job I love, a family with lots of dogs, a bunch of stories to tell, and to own a Tesla. I obviously want to be happy in life and love every single day. But if I do all of the above, I will be. P.S. I don't need the Tesla, but it will be a cool bonus. Maxine's significant band memory. So my freshman year during Mastermind, the visual directors thought it was a good idea to lift someone up in the middle of this big woodwind huddle thing during scene 2. Who was in the middle, you ask? Me. So my scared little freshman self had to get lifted up to sit on one of my seniors' shoulders and wave my arms around, then come back down all in like 12 counts, which is really fast at 180 beats per minute. Not to mention, at Clarksville that same year, one of the on-field judges was watching this whole stunt and then called me out for smiling while I was in the air. So from there on, every time I went to do it, I had to remind myself, don't smile, don't smile, don't smile. Her words of wisdom for her fellow band members. Always see the glass as half full. Simple and poignant. I love it. Congratulations, Maxine.
Okay, up next is Reed Cox, who will be attending Tennessee Tech. And he's undecided as what he's going to be doing right now, and that is perfectly fine. You still have many years to figure it out. And his goal in life is to give back to the world for everything I have been given. I keep trying to read that part. His significant band memory is, how could I pick just one? My first Bang Bang Boomerang, that time Peyton fell down because Hackler slapped him too hard. The Gummy incident, Thor's hammer, Taco Bell with Hackler, getting locked into the tuba room for no reason. And then buying senior gifts, meeting all the freshmen, Beans, Rancid, meeting my role models, taking pictures of Matt when he wasn't looking, Sean, Isaac, Colby, Patrick, Jaden, Adrian, Jack, all of my kids, Mr. Campos, Ms. V, and Mr. A, the feeling of belonging, and too many others to list. I never thought I would get any of this, but I got all of it and more, and I could not be any more proud and grateful than I am of you. So thank you for giving me something I never dreamed of having. So I didn't mean to get choked up, but he was listing all these funny, great things. So it's a lot of great memories. So I can see. Okay. Never be afraid. His advice to his peers are never be afraid to ask questions. Questions do not make you less of a person. Being isolated does not make you stronger. You will grow when you reach out to others. Congratulations, Reed Cox.
Next up, we have Reese Cutts. He will be attending he will either be continuing to renovate his house or moving to Australia to work before university starts in February out there. Their seasons are a little bit reversed from ours. He will be pursuing the field of architecture. His goal in life is that he wants to accomplish different things in different areas. I enjoy many activities, and having an achievement or creation in those areas, such as writing a song or designing and building a house, would be really cool. Significant band memory. I remember the first time the whole band wore plumes before we went out to a football game. I thought it was hilarious that we all had these things on, but how cool it looked with a sea of feathers over our heads huddled in the band room. It was quite novel, especially as band itself and American football was still brand new to me at the time. Words of wisdom for his fellow band members. There are so many fun things to try and do, but picking one and sticking to it will always be the most rewarding, even if it doesn't always feel like it. Congratulations, Reese!
Okay, next up is Christian Dar. Christian Dar will be attending the University of Alabama, and he's going to study computer engineering and take part of the STEM path to MBA. Also be a part of the Randall Research Scholars Program. What a great overachiever right there. No, I'm just kidding. There's it's also our student body vice president as well. His goal in life is to make the world a better place through his work, actions, and disposition. And above all else, I want to give my life like Christ, loving everyone around me. Significant band memory. 2 years ago, a friend and I were messing around on Vistaprint during a free period. By the end of that period, we made a purchase that would change the band forever. That day, the first compost card was born, adorned with a funny quote. By the time the class of 2019 graduated, we had ordered 5,500 business cards. There are now business cards littered and hidden all over the school and country, some of which I believe will not be found for at least a decade. Fast forward to this year, Mr. Compost gave another iconic quote, which was perfect for another new business card. As I was one of the seniors, the responsibility fell on me to create the next edition of the business card, which would be my legacy. The cards that epitomize the baritone section have created many funny moments within the band that will be remembered by many for years to come, and that will haunt me forever. So, is words of wisdom for his fellow peers. Life is what you make it. If you go into something with positive expectations, your experience will be positive. So I encourage you to make the most of your experiences, work hard, and have fun. If you start anything in life with that mindset, that is what you'll achieve. Christian Dar.
If you looked at Christian's screen, he was also holding up one of the business cards. There it is. Next up, we have Amelia Doyle. Amelia will attend Lewis and Clark College to study world languages and international affairs. Her goal in life is that she would like to travel, learn from others, and experience what the world has to offer. I particularly want to work to improve the lives of the people in third and second world countries. My favorite band memory was after my first performance. I remembered everything I had learned in the past couple months. I felt friendship for everyone I had worked with to perform. Everything I had worked for had led to that moment. I felt invincible. After that, I decided I wanted to be in marching band for the rest of my high school career. Her advice to her peers is to always strive to do your best. Work hard, don't take things for granted, and be yourself. Congratulations, Amelia.
All right, up next is Paris Ethington, who will be attending the University of Alabama, Huntsville, to study mechanical engineering. Her goal in life is to be the best version of myself and inspire others to be better themselves. Significant memory. Sophomore year, we were practicing with the blue tarp, and it was one of the first times we were pulling it back to the back of the field instead of the front. My instrument was fine, but I ended up getting dragged back to the drum line. I wasn't injured or anything, but that memory was significant because it was my first year and my first time learning that injuries could occur and that band was serious business. Well, I promise people do not get hurt in band too much. Her words of wisdom are, there is a time and place to be serious. And while band is one of them, it is also a place for creativity. Let it be your outlet. Paris Ethington.
Next up, we have Asher Fagan. Asher will be attending Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio, pursuing neuroscience and pre-med. I plan to attend medical school and specialize in aerospace medicine. Then I plan to become an Air Force flight surgeon. At some point, I hope to marry and have several kids. Significant band memory. My favorite band memory happened at COC this past year. Like the rest of the band, the battery was feeling great after our final run. We were waiting to walk out onto the field for awards, and we were thinking of ways to help pass the time till we had to walk out. We then thought it would be fun to see who could be the first to throw their hand warmers into the Spock drum of one of the tenors. After I and some other people made it in, we decided to see what we could do next. We then went on to do trick shots by bouncing them off bass drums and did the same with the snares. No drums were harmed in the making of this memory. His words of wisdom to his fellow peers is to start each day as if it were on purpose. Congratulations, Asher!
All right, next up is Tanner Gaddams, who will be studying, who will be attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. He's going to study supply chain management. His goal in life is to fist fight a gorilla and get stacks. His significant band memory is Justin Hammers, and his words of wisdom are, follow me on TikTok at tgads5000. Tanner Gaddams. Classic Tanner.
Next up, we have Anna Grace Salvi. Anna Grace will be attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville to pursue animal science. She says that her goal in life is to become a canine rehabilitation vet and help animals get back on their feet after being injured. She says there are so many memories that she can't just pick one, but that one that she loves was in 2008 at Grand Nationals when we found out that we had gotten the highest score ever in the Franklin Band history. I also just love all the fun practices, competitions, and funny jokes from Mr. Campos and Chad. Anna Grace says to her peers to not take anything for granted. You are part of one of the best bands in the country with some of the best people you will ever meet. Love every moment that you get with this band. Congratulations, Anna Grace. And next up, we have Madeline Grant. Madeline will be attending the University of Alabama at Birmingham, where she will double major in nursing and biological sciences with a focus in neurobiology. I want to save up enough money to purchase a large plot of undeveloped land in Middle Tennessee and build a small cabin to retire in. I also want to meet some amazing people along the way. Her words of wisdom for fellow band members. My advice is to know yourself, know your potential, and know your limits. Be realistic about your self-expectations. Find a happy, healthy balance, even if that takes a lot of trial and error. Congratulations, Madeline!
Next up is Nicholas Grumman, who will be attending Vanderbilt University to study mechanical engineering. Nicholas's goal in life is, he said, I would say happiness or success or wealth or power or some other superficial objective, but if I have learned anything from my time in band, it is that a happy, comfortable life barely scratches the surface of what is possible with one's time on this planet. Thus, my only absolute goal in life is to make good memories so that when I lie on my deathbed, metaphorically, of course, I have no intention of dying anywhere near a bed, I can remember who I was. I can remember who I was. Just remember, because memories are effectively all that life is. If I get to the end and could have written my story at the beginning, then there was not much of a point in living, was there? It would also be splendid to fall in love, accomplish something meaningful, and maybe even live comfortably too. But in the end, only memories of those things will last. So perhaps taking the time to make those memories is more important than spending a life rushing forward toward the bigger and better thing. His significant memory is the first time music truly meant something to me was during warm-ups at Grand Nationals my sophomore year. I just remember the horn line all around me reaching an epic climax in the small ringing room, and the sound, it went straight through me. It lifted me right off my feet and deposited me back to the floor, crying my eyes out. Looking back, the musical moment was probably not even very musical, but what I will always remember is that feeling of noise being beautiful. His words of wisdom are, band isn't about the music. I mean, it is, but it isn't. The music is just what you do every day, what you pour into the music, what the music pours into you, what you do with your friends, and what and who you become during the short time you've had in band and in life. That is what band is really about. Nicholas Grumman. Congratulations. Beautiful words.
Next up, we have Juliana Hale. Juliana will be attending Tennessee Tech to study data science. She says that she wants to give back and help along the way and spread gratitude. Her favorite band memory was when the saxophone section bought dessert for Mr. Campos at Chili's. And her advice to peers is to actually drink water. Stay hydrated. Round of applause for Juliana. Okay, and one of our, Jin-sun, your thing got cut off, so we're looking it up when we printed it out. So we're looking it up, and we'll get to you in just a second.
Okay, next up is Jin-sun Kim. Bear with me here. Just got weird in our document here. And she will be attending Vanderbilt University. She's going to study chemistry on the pre-med track. Her goal in life is to be happy and make a lot of money. Her significant memory is, and I have to scroll in here really quick. I was in marching band for 2 years. Hold on, I was in marching band for 2 years. My first my sophomore year, and then second my senior year. I snapped a wire both my years, and when I saw what I had done, my heart sank to the ground, and I felt absolutely terrible. But each time, I froze in place. The staff members and front ensemble people immediately rushed in, telling me it was okay, and saying there was always a backup wire. It's definitely not okay to break equipment, but I am grateful to everyone for showing me a composed, logical reaction, and that to my mistake, so that I could quietly reflect on what I did wrongly and quickly move on. Her words of wisdom are, here's an excerpt from my college essay. As I sat there one day, mindlessly looping a difficult portion of the piece, I tried to retain the words in my head. Enjoy the music. Music, the key agent that had coaxed my premature fascination into a long-lasting devotion to this instrument. It had become the neglected third party in my performance. Just as one would lose passion for first love after many years of detachment, the intricacies of music spawned in the minds of brilliant composers are dotted on lifeless paper in deaf existence until recognized by one who can bring it to life by non-physical means. Music is a task bestowed upon those who are fortunate to be guided by mentors possessing great experience in the field. And there I was playing the keys on my upright piano, but not playing music. With this reorientation and perspective, I slowly transformed my method of practicing and my way of living life. Rather than seeking to refine dexterity, I tried to hang on to the little moments when my heart surrendered to the music. I began to feel when the melody whimsically trickled its way down the keys when I played a singular note, instead of counting the beats it took to get to the next one. I let it resonate and decay its way into silence. The vocabulary used for music, such as articulation, accents, and staccato, were replaced by twinkle, splash, and bounce. By perceiving new vitality in each measure of music, all of the trivialities, my fickle hands, the apparition of stage fright, and the slender fingers of the pianist resting delicately on my lap melted away, replaced by the torrent of emotions bursting through a radiant fusion of melody and harmony. I freed myself of self-constructed adversities and found delight in the small things along the journey of music and life. Jin-sun Kim.
Jin-sun was an absolute rock star all fall. She was so awesome in the front ensemble. Thanks, Jin-sun. And you better have gotten an awesome scholarship for that essay. My goodness.
Yes, that is so Jen Sun. It's awesome. Okay.
Next up, we have Carson Lewis. Carson will be attending MTSU to major in biology with a focus on pre-med. His goal in life is to help others and enjoy it while it lasts. On the first night of band camp, sophomore year, one of the seniors and I were racing back to our dots. He lightly pushed me, and I ended up slipping on some mud. I shook it off for the most part and got some ice, and later a brace from the medical tent. The next day, after Miss Forbes insisted, my parents drove up to get me an x-ray. It turns out I fractured my radius, and I came back at lunch with a purple cast to match my section color that year. Mr. A saw me with the cast, and he quickly asked what happened. I replied with, "Don't worry, I can still march." And he exclaims, "That's not what I'm worried about, boy." Words of wisdom. Don't forget to stop and enjoy the little things. Everyone say high school goes by really fast, and you don't really know how true it is until you are graduating. Congratulations, Carson.
All right, next up is Sage McClung. Sage will be going to Lee University to study graphic design, and her goal in life is to continuously set and meet higher standards for myself as an artist and as a person, and most importantly, grow stronger in my faith and set a good example as a follower of God. Her significant band memory. Around the start of 8th grade, I was convinced that it was my last year of band. My personal experience the last 3 years had not set me up to be excited for band any longer. But my mom made me promise to try marching band in high school for 1 year. And then if I hated it, I could quit. I had 2 older siblings who went through all 7 years of band and loved it. So she probably had a feeling I'd change my mind. That November, me and my parents went up to Indianapolis to watch my older sister perform at Grand Nationals. This was 2015, and the first year I'd ever gone with them. I'd watched countless marching band performances in open football fields, but never in a dome such as Lucas Oil. It was an incredibly different experience, and definitely one I would not soon forget. I was in such awe of the entire performance. For the first time out of the hundreds of times I had sat through a Franklin Band show, I actually felt impacted by the storyline and the power of the performance. Watching But Now I See in that audience opened my eyes to a whole new side of band. The side that band can move an entire audience to the point of tears and possibly even create a lasting impact on someone's life. She sure ain't just a halftime show. Her words of wisdom are, don't wish the time away too quickly. In anything that you do, whether it be band or school or something else, time always passes. Time will pass, it always has. It's your job to use it wisely. Sage McClung, congratulations.
And next up, we have Liam Owsley. Liam will be attending the University of Alabama to study employment and life skills learning. He says that, "I hope to be a great guitar player and musician, just like my father did growing up." Significant band memories. 1, whole section getting yelled at for wearing Marvel booty shorts at band camp. 2, before one football game my junior year, Connor and some other people started a court case between Bert and Ethan about picking up turf turds during a break. 3, I'll never forget my junior year during semifinals run at Grand Nats was the best experience I ever had in my band career because our break during the closer was really, really clean. Liam's words of advice: take care of yourselves, and I love every single one of y'all. I'm going to miss everyone once I leave. Congratulations, Liam.
Up next is Sydney Ramsey, who will be attending the University of Alabama at Birmingham to study chemistry with a concentration in forensics. Sydney's goal in life is to have story-worthy experiences and to find and do what I'm passionate about. I honestly can't pick, this is her significant band memory. I cannot pick one, so I'm just going to title a few and not give any details. Natural History Museum, senior year band camp, sophomore year Grand Nats, freshman year senior gifts. Her words of wisdom to her fellow band members is, don't be afraid to try new things. Congratulations, Sydney Ramsey.
Next up, we have Jamie Smith. Jamie will be attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, where she will be majoring in psychology and minoring in art with a concentration in painting. Her goal in life is to be good at what I want to do and see the good in everything that I do. Significant band memory. Staying at the Motel 6 in Indianapolis during flute choir my junior year. My room was probably the grossest room I've ever been in. The dirty smell was so strong and the carpet was stained everywhere. That's all caps, by the way. Enrique stayed up the whole night taking notes of what was going on and what he was hearing outside of his room. For example, a girl screams a few times, then dead silence from the room the next door around 11:30. A TV with a lot of country music. I didn't sleep under the covers in the bed because I was scared of what would be under there. It sounded like a terrible memory, and it was terrible at the time, but it's my favorite memory now because it shows how truly chaotic part of the trip was. And I feel like it brought the flute choir a lot closer together because we could bond over the experiences we had. Chaotic in the best of ways, of course. Words of wisdom. Jamie says that she appreciates the small moments. I know that that's probably everybody's advice, but seriously, take time to appreciate the small moments during the season. Most of my favorite memories are the smallest moments with my pod of people during the Symphonicity Ballot, or a sunset during a practice freshman year, or Chad's pep talk during the warm-up right before we performed in BOA Clarksville semifinals. You truly don't know how much what you're doing means to you until you're not a part of it anymore. Congratulations, Jamie.
Okay, for some clarification, we always clarify some stories for the parents and things. We learned a big lesson that day. We sometimes as band directors do not book our hotels, and we stayed at the JW Marriott in beautiful accommodations for a national festival with the flute choir and the trombone choir. And one of our folks booked us a room that we did approve based on some amazing pictures. We thought like, wow, this is so cheap. And it's like the nicest Motel 6 we've ever seen. And then we learned that I will never do that again and will never stay somewhere that's on those same hotels. Because I remember as soon as we drove up, we all knew we had made a mistake. So lessons learned, your band directors learned, it was on Mr. Campos, but we all made it out just fine. It was so all good. So lessons learned. Okay, next person. We're going on to Will Stockdale. Will Stockdale will be attending the Tennessee University to major in computer science. His goal in life is he hopes to have an enjoyable college experience and have a great job afterwards. My ultimate goal in life is to always be able to do what I love. His significant band memory. As crazy and outlandish moments have happened during my time in band, I have to choose my first ever Grand Nationals performance. As a robot and mastermind, as my best band memory. As anyone who was in the band that year knows, Mastermind was a hard year, but the feeling I got standing at the end of our prelims run, staring into the crowd, is one I will never forget. His words of wisdom: work hard, but still have fun. But most importantly, don't be stupid. Congratulations, William Stockdale. One second. All right, the next one I'm going to read just because Miss V did not teach him. Oh, you can hear me. Good. The next one I'm going to read just because Miss V did not teach him, and I'm glad he's back with us right now. We're going to celebrate him because it wasn't totally his choice to not be with us. But Zach Stuck was one of our band kids who was with us for 3 years before going to New York, and he's going. And Zach is very much a character. He is going to the Anglo-American University in Prague to study international relations. His goal in life is to travel most of his life and hopefully acquire museum pieces for traveling exhibits. His significant band memory is, we had just put the barrels on the props for Mastermind, and we decided to try and hide me in barrels. But then Mr. Campos came around and spotted me and told me to get out of the barrel, but seemed really confused by the whole situation. What words of wisdom do you have? His words of wisdom for his peers are: have fun with it. The friends and band will be your best friends for life. And even if you don't want to have a professional career with music, stick with it. Music will make you connections anywhere in the world. Congratulations, Zach Stuck. And I believe that for the next one, Miss V, you should read for this next student, and then she should read the memory, explain the memory she wanted to read that she said was stolen by another member, because it's really funny. It's the one she originally wanted. So go ahead, Miss V, and let her explain her memory.
So next up, we have Caitlin Townsend. Caitlin will be attending the University of Tennessee, Knoxville to major in psychology with a minor in sociology. Her goal is to help as many people as she can. And Caitlin, go ahead and unmute yourself and feel free to explain this here.
So my good friend Jamie and I were hanging out at COC junior year, and we had these like weird ornaments on the little Shaco things. And so Jamie and I, like everybody was being serious. They were all like doing our flute circle, talking and stuff. And Jamie and I look into the ball and we look at each other and we have the same idea. And so we go, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And then all of a sudden there's something like forming behind us. And we were really scared, crapless. And it was compost. And we were like, what's going on? Because we thought it actually worked. And that was absolutely terrifying. So.
I know I can resemble that horrific figure. Thank you.
That would have been a great business card. All right, in Caitlin's words of wisdom, I know it's not easy, especially when you're in high school, and that sometimes it's a daily choice, but you have to fight like heck to allow yourself to love and be loved. Congratulations, Caitlin.
All right, next up, I want to make sure I'm on track here. Here is Gabby Voiles, who will be going to Stanford University. She's going to be majoring in nursing with the hopes of becoming a neonatal nurse practitioner. This is her goal in life: to always be the best person I can be. I want to be kind even when I'm tired, and understanding even when I'm angry. I want to listen when someone talks and really listen, not just stand there and think how I want to reply. I want to go out of my way to do things for others and tell them I love and appreciate them whenever I can. I don't want to spend my time trying to prove to anybody that I'm great, because I want my actions to show it. I want to make at least one person happy every day, so that in 10 years I will have made 3,650 people happy. Her significant band memory is: the night we lost the Wilco World Championships this year was certainly significant and eventful, but the majority of what was most significant was the aftermath. We all loaded into the buses and we had many thoughts on our minds, but one of those certainly was, can I go to the bathroom? Because as we were marching off the field, many of us found out that after hours of running around and eating lots of food at the potluck, there were no open restrooms for us to use. So we innovated. And by innovated, I mean messaging our parent volunteers and our director and said, we have to stop in the nicest way possible. But that wasn't my most significant memory. It was that we stopped at a random Walmart in the middle of the night, and as the buses pulled up, we sprinted inside to the restrooms as fast as we could. However, the experience didn't stop there, and it had been such a long day that we said, while we're at Walmart, let's start buying some snacks. So if you can imagine, you're a sweet old lady working at the Walmart in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden you hear at least 100 teenagers running frantically toward the doors. And when they get inside, not only is there a record for the longest line at the Walmart restroom, but it's at midnight. And subsequently, those same teenagers are raiding the aisles 5 minutes later to grab gallon-sized jugs of sweet tea and packages of raw cookie dough. That was a great night. It was very funny. I don't remember feeling the same glorious positive feelings you guys have. But anyway, so the wisdom you have for your fellow band members is show respect to those who you feel don't deserve it, not as a reflection of their character, but as a reflection of yours. Congratulations, Gabby Voiles. Two left.
Next up, we have one of our great drum majors, Jessie Williams. Jessie will be attending the University of Georgia. She will be in the honors program and will be majoring in applied biotechnology and minoring in business. She says that my goal is to make the most of it. I want to put 100% into everything I do and work towards becoming the best possible version of myself. After attending the leadership conference my freshman year at Grand Naps, I had the courage to talk to our head drum major, Margaret Albrecht. I told her that she inspired me. She started to tear up and then gave me a big hug. That was the starting point that led me to have the courage to conduct the Franklin Wind Ensemble during their Pops concert and audition to become a drum major. All of the great memories from that time on were because of the confidence I had to step outside of my comfort zone. Thank you to all that made this incredible experience possible. Every drum major that has come through the Franklin Band, my family, the directors, and the members. Words of wisdom. There is a lot in band that we as students cannot control. What we can control is our attitude. Band teaches you more than you can ever expect. You will learn the most with an open mind and a great attitude. Also, be courageous. You never know what opportunities will open to you by stepping outside of your comfort zone. Congratulations, Jesse! Oh.
Last and certainly not least is one of our other drum majors, Enrique Yonemoto. He will be attending Purdue University, Brad will like that, to study computer science. His goal in life is to find a lifestyle that works and makes him happy, and to be together with the people that he loves. His significant band memory. My significant band memory happened when I wasn't even in marching band yet. It was when I actually understood the Franklin Band for what it was. In 2015, I went to Grand Nats with my family to watch my brother perform. At first, I wasn't interested in band at all and didn't understand what I was here for and wanted to go home. And then when Franklin was coming onto the field, everyone around me started standing up, cheering, and waving colorful mini flags. And as the show started, I became more and more immersed. And by the end, where they spelled out, "But now I see" on the field, I was clapping and cheering with the rest of the audience around me. That day, I chose to dedicate myself to this program and wanted to become a part of the community. I still remember the numbness of mind I felt after the show ended, along with the sadness and anxiety watching the award ceremony. I am glad that I have been a part of this amazing group of people, and I will never forget the experiences and lifelong lessons I went through in these 4 years. His words of wisdom are, live every day to the fullest. No one knows what's going to happen in the future. Work hard, take risks, and have fun. That said, think about your decisions and actions and how it will affect the people around you. Congratulations, Enrique Yonemoto. Awesome. And now I would like to take a moment. Getting back to
We do have two other people who did not fill out the survey that we wanted to recognize as well as seniors in the band. And the first, give a round of applause, please, for Ari Ballbergen. Yay, Ari! And then another round of applause, please, for Judson Butler. Yeah! Congratulations, gentlemen.
All right, and so before, Jesse's gonna give a speech that was written from the seniors to the rest of the band for going forward. But before that, I'm going to, and that's a new thing we're doing this year, I'm gonna read you guys what we wrote on your plaque. And so seniors, I'm gonna speak to you just one more time here, and we'll of course have closing remarks, but you guys were an incredible. And I'm so sorry, of course, that a lot of things ended the way they did. And so, of course, on your little part of the plaque, there's not as many words right here because we didn't get to go to Concert Festival and all those things. So it's a little shorter. So we wrote you a little message to you that you'll be able to have forever on your plaque. And it states, "One cannot quantify the Franklin Band senior class of 2020 in trophies and awards. It is often the unquantifiable that truly marks the character of a person or group. These seniors faced several challenges that were out of their control. 2020 will be carved into the history books for unprecedented events that challenged the entire world. And all the while, these students on the small patch of earth in Franklin, Tennessee, worked each day with ferocity, humor, and pride as they led their fellow members. They left a lasting mark on their peers, parents, teachers, and community. They truly did believe in the team. During an act of service, as they shook the hands of a veteran Marine, he stated, 'As I reach the end, it's good to know that there are some fine young people growing up here in Franklin.' His words still ring true. It would seem that they have been chosen to lead us into a new era. As the world keeps turning and they become its next great leaders, we can be confident we are in more than capable hands. You guys are incredible people. It's my absolute honor to teach you. It's Ms. V's honor to teach you. I wish the best of you for you when you go off into the world, and I'm going to miss you a whole bunch. Love you guys. Jesse?
Okay, so this is a little something from the 2020 senior class. To start off, we wanted to revisit our
We
time.
can't hear you yet, Jesse.
Hello?
Oh, I'm muted. That's not me. That's on me. Sorry.
Can you hear? Is everything good now? Okay. This is a little something from the senior class of 2020. To start off, we wanted to revisit our time in the Franklin Band, beginning with our freshman year. Being introduced to the Franklin Band right after But Now I See was, simply put, a crazy experience. Mastermind was an incredibly hard show, and as freshmen, we accepted this to be the norm. The technicality of the show was intense, the majority of us were in tech crew, and the heat never left our side. Seriously though, during band camp, we would receive messages to stay indoors and check in on our elderly neighbors because of how hot it was. Meanwhile, we were still outside doing marching basics. Sophomore year was a much different year. Changes in show designers and unforeseen circumstances left us with an incomplete show. We had no idea what Beneath the Surface was truly about until 2 weeks before Grand Nats, which was more than a little stressful. Plus, a lot of our class had quit after Mastermind and we had greatly reduced numbers. Junior year started off with Mr. Holland leaving us and Chad joining us. We completely changed our visual technique. Out There was an amazing show, but the new technique threw a lot of us off and the music was pretty difficult. Finally, senior year, those of us that remained needed to work together to lead a big and very talented band. The year started with Mr. A being promoted as our Director of Fine Arts, Mr. Compas was promoted as our new head director, and we received a new family member, Mrs. V, as our assistant band director during our senior year. When looking back at our freshman year, we noticed that most of our staff had changed. None of that we could have predicted, yet we did our best with what we had. Symphonicity was a great show. There's no doubt about that. This year became the year that we most definitely realized numbers don't define us. There's no score that labels us as good or great, only our own recognition and our own effort. Now, one might hear those list of hardships and think that the Franklin Band would have been beaten and broken by now. Maybe they'll even question, how can a band go through all of that and still push forwards? Despite everything that has been thrown our way without any sense of warning, we still remain as resolute and unbreakable as we have always been. There's a saying that a group is only as strong as their weakest link, but we believe that the Franklin Band is a chain that has no weak links because of the bonds that we hold together. The family we have created is the reason we are able to go through the thick and thin of our lives in band. We hold each other up. Through all these hardships, we've gained many amazing things, including Chad, Mrs. V, a visually better band, a growing guard, etc. Most importantly, though, we have gained resilience, pride, strength, and friendships that cannot be broken. Crazy years are the Franklin Band's normal, and the band has pulled through all of them gracefully. Please don't let us down and don't give up now that you guys aren't going to Grand Nats this year and that everything is different. Keep fighting, keep going strong, and slide into this year with the grace and strength that the Franklin Band will always have no matter the hardships it faces. This year, we'd like you guys to focus on who and what truly makes the Franklin Band. The Franklin Band experience is not just Grand Nats or sleeping in hotels or having band camp in Lebanon. Focus on what's important and being the best Franklin Band that you guys can be, despite the challenges you will face. Thank you all for an amazing 4 years, from us to every freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and staff member. You guys have made our senior year one for the record books. It's not just one class that makes the Franklin Band. It's all of us together, and we will miss you all greatly. Stay strong and be the amazing musicians, performers, students, and people that we know you guys are. Love, the 2020 senior class.
Thank you very much for that. That was beautiful. Thank you guys. You are incredible. Okay, we're gonna quickly go through. I just wanna recognize all of our volunteers this year. If you are on this call and you're from our booster board, will you wave so that we can honor you, all the members of our booster board? Will you turn your screen on so that we can, your amazing work. we have so many people that work on our board. From our president last year was Jennifer Smith, and VP now who's president was Jimmy Bird, Suzanne Ward, Donnie Grasso, Danny Brobson, Jeremy Smith, and Larry. I'm saying Larry. I'm forgetting his last name. Sanborn, thank you. Sorry, we have a list here, and it's missing on this page. And yes, and all of our awesome board members and everybody who helped, all the parents. There's a huge list. We're going to say every single one, but this list, this is just our volunteers who work with the band. So it's like a huge long list of people who help with the water team, like Mr. Plowman, who helps with our props. The Smokers, like I said, with the water team, who popped in and helped us with electronics. Mr. Parker, who helped us also with electronics. To so many different parents that come together to make this happen. I know it's late, guys. We just thank you so much. Without the parents, we would not be able to help, when they're not with you, raise these kids. So thank you so much for helping us in this journey. I think that we're just all a huge team working together to raise these kids and keep them safe and build them for their future. Next, we're going to have Jimmy Bird talk about the board and outgoing members.
Hi, everybody. I guess this is like our 6th Franklin Band Banquet, I think, or something, and it's just amazing every year. And it's just inspiring to see these young people and what they've been able to accomplish. It's really amazing every single year just to see this. And I just wanted to say that we've got great directors who have done a wonderful job of teaching and inspiring all through these years. And the volunteers, we don't often think of the volunteers, but it takes an amazing team to put this year together and the band together every year. The board, Jacob mentioned, has done a wonderful job every year. Karen Bird also is on the board, public relations part too. So the board's growing as we keep adding people, and it probably will grow even more. But I wanted to talk about our outgoing president, Jennifer Smith, who has just done a wonderful job. And I mean this in every aspect of the work. She has been as inspiring as a great director and as hardworking as any person on any crew. She has been an all-encompassing thinker and strategizer in every way. She was able to see problems before they appeared, and was able to put a team together like I've not really seen before. So it was just an honor being on the board with her. She did a great job of kind of bringing the Franklin Band organization together. She was one of the major leaders in the Friends of the Franklin Band fundraising project. It's just an amazing person, and wanted to thank her for all that she did for the Franklin Band as president, and even before that as vice president on the board. Just a great job that everybody has done, and this is going to be a different kind of year, but we've got great volunteers, we've got great students, and we've got great directors. So it's just it's a wonderful honor to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy Bird, and thank you, Jennifer Smith.
Wanted to thank you all. That's beautiful. I wanted to give you a shout out to Miss Broyles, who created those videos that we saw earlier. So can everyone please give a round of applause for Mrs. Broyles? They're beautiful. And I have to say that I think I made it through all of pregnancy, marching band, concert band season without crying until Jesse just read y'all's senior class speech. So for everyone who contributed to that, thank you. It really meant a lot. And in closing, I would just say that in a world of uncertainty, we as directors are certain that our Franklin Band class of 2020 handled an incomplete senior year with grace and maturity. You all have left an incredible legacy for your peers. You have handled a year of change and disappointment by focusing on the larger themes of life, of family and togetherness. You are some of the strongest young adults we all know, and as we found out tonight, the most mature. Please be safe and enjoy the journey that you're now on into adulthood. Know that you will always be a part of our Franklin Band family. To the rest of the Franklin Band family, please take the advice of your graduated seniors to heart. I can't say it better than anything that they said. Congratulations, class 2020 seniors.
And I'll leave us with this. It's been a really tough year. And as you said, guys, there's a lot of challenges, but it's also been 3.75 years of, and including, I would say 4 full years of incredible memories that you guys have all carved. You know, this year we called our show Cut from Carbon. And the reason why we called that is because it really came from all of you. It came from the fact that we had a bunch of kids who, like everybody else, start out a little rough and not perfect, like they don't seem so perfect yet, and they have so much to work on. And over time, through immense pressure and heat, they become the shining, bright people that they are. And they know that that journey has to continue. So I'm gonna ask all of you, the graduating seniors who we'll see on Sunday, and the students in the band right now, always remember there's gonna be a part of you, some small inch of you, that will want to quit. Maybe it's your big toe that says, this has been a hard day, I should stop. There's gonna be a part of you that says, man, my feet hurt. And so you wanna sit down. And while rest can be okay, you always have to keep going. Fight every inch of you that says stop. Because there are too many moments that you might miss out on, because you never know in the next moment it might be put on pause. And you know that, and I know that's hard. But what's great about that is you may learn better than anyone else to soak up every moment. And you did have so many wonderful moments. And as you go forward, it's going to be a stressful time. I can't tell you that the world is going to be perfect. It's not perfect now. But I hope that because your heart has been filled with so much love, and you've built up scars and you've smoothed them over time in band, that you'll give people the benefit of doubt. I hope that you'll see people and you'll know that it's a hard time, and that you'll know that somebody may be having their hard day with you right now. And because of your experiences, you'll be able to meet them and be a mediator for them in that moment, and realize that it's hard for everybody in different moments during this time we're in, and that you make space. As Maya Angelou would say, love liberates. What that means is when you truly support each other, when you truly pour yourself into music, your work, even if it's math, your friends and your family, you free yourself to really live a life that's worth living. Love liberates. Anytime a person you meet has a struggle, is angry with you, an opposing view, or even if life stops for a moment because of something like we're going through now, love liberates. Never let yourself stop. It's the not stopping that lets you do everything you have done to this moment. You can't forget it just because it feels like you want to pause now. Life will pick back up again, and it is right now. We love you so much. Don't let one even big toe of yours quit, and keep going. We love you, and I hope that liberates you to know that you've done what you need to do as you go off into the world. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great night, and we can't wait to see you again on Monday and at graduation. Love all of you. Take care. You can unmute yourselves. Woo! Seniors. Woo. Woo. Yes, emotional moment. We care about every single one of you. Take care, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you all.
Love you all.
We love you guys.
Thank you.
so much for
Congrats 2020.
Bye.
Donnie's a good one to stick. He's like, I'll keep waving forever. Cindy over there.
And everyone else just left it on in the background. Well,
Yes.
Eat dinner.
she's like, bye.
Oh,
All right.
that's a good ceiling fan.
Time to close out. It is time to go to bed. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.